welcome back to my channel. It's the Spiritual Enchantress here. Today I'm going to take you through an hour-long vinyasa flow focused on the third chakra, the Solar Plexus Chakra, also known as the MANIPURA chakra. If you haven't already done the Root Chakra vinyasa flow and the Sacral Chakra vinyasa flow, I highly recommend doing those before starting with this one. So I'll link those down below for you. I also have yin yoga flows for those as well. So a little bit about the Solar Plexus Chakra. It is associated with the color yellow and a goldy yellow. It is located between the top of the pelvic bowl to the bottom of the rib cage, so kind of the abdominal low back area. It's very highly associated with your willpower, your personality, basically how you see yourself, how you carry yourself, your confidence. Confidence is the best word I could use to describe that. Do you feel secure in who you are, the identity that you formed with yourself? How do you carry yourself in this world? Do you feel that you have the power within you to do the things that you wish to do? Or are you filled with self-doubt? And self-doubt and fear of being yourself are really big indicators of a blocked solar plexus chakra. So if that interests you, I welcome you to the mat today. We're going to be doing a very core and low back focused routine to focus on the area associated with the solar plexus chakra. So let's get started, yogis. We're going to start on all fours, connecting with our breath in a few cat-cows. So we're going to do 5 cat-cows. If you're not sure what that is, take your hands beneath your shoulder blades and really spread your fingers nice and wide. Really press it into all sides of the hands, into the fingers. Put your knees directly beneath your hips, about hip width distance apart, and allow your thigh or your shins to extend straight out from them with the tops of your feet on the mat. Really press into your legs and your hands and pull the abdominals up and in so you get that nice line of energy. So we're not sagging in here. We're not dipping the hips. We're really pulling up. It should be like you can have some sort of drink resting on your spine and it would not fall off. And we're going to start by breathing in and dropping the belly down, tilting the pelvis forward and opening the heart up. Breathe in. And then exhale, draw your spine up towards the ceiling and tuck your pelvis forward towards your chest. And at your own pace here, breathe in. We'll go back the opposite direction, opening the chest nice and wide, bringing your shoulder blades towards one another on the back. Exhale, pressing into the hands, bringing your hips towards your nose. Breathing all the air out of your lungs here. And inhale, go the opposite direction. Really making sure everything is engaged and active here. Full breath into the lungs, expanding the rib cage. And blowing all of the air out of your nose. One more in breath. Breathe in all the way into your belly button. And as you exhale, round the spine and release all of the air out through your esophagus, out your nose. Come back to a neutral spine as we did to start. We're going to start by taking our right leg out straight and lift it up off the mat so it's parallel to the mat and in line with our spinal column. And then once you have the balance there, you can play around with taking your left arm up and forward. 10 breaths in and out of the nose here. Really engage the glute muscle on the right leg. Really flex the right foot so your toes are coming towards your shin, creating a nice strong leg out behind you as if someone's pulling you towards the back of the room using your foot. And someone has your left hand and they're pulling it towards the front of the room. Nice long line of energy from one fingertip out the back toes. Keeping the abs pulled up and in here. They're really going to help you keep this solid foundation. You can really firmly press into the mat with your shin and your foot and the supporting hand as well. Now we're going to take 10 knee to elbow. So we're going to tuck our elbow under the body and tuck our knee to meet it without touching the mat. And extend out. That's 1, 2. Exhale as you tuck in. Inhale as you extend out. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Place the left hand down so it's directly under your left shoulder blade and flutter the right leg up and down 10 times. You can take a slight bend in the knee. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release that knee down to the ground. Pressing your butt back onto your heels. Walk your hands out in front of you. Taking child's pose. Taking your forehead to the mat or to a block. Nice restorative breath in and out of the nose here. You might find it's nice to press your hands into the mat and then straighten the arm. And this really helps to engage the arms and the shoulders in this pose, making it a little bit more active. Awesome. Now we're going to press up into the hands and come back onto all fours again. Pulling the belly in and up and finding that nice neutral spine here. So you don't want your neck cranked up looking ahead of you, and you don't want your chin tucked in too much. You want your head nice and straight. Maybe looking at a point about 1 to 2 feet in front of you would help. Taking the left leg straight out behind you this time and pulling it up using the strength of your low back and your glute muscles, flexing the left foot. So we're engaging all the way down, right out the heels. And once you have that in line, we can take the right hand out in front of us. Nice long line, as if someone's on either side of you, pulling you in either direction. Pulling the abs up and in to kiss the spine here and breathing in and out of the nose. Make sure that you're pressing into all 4 corners of the supporting hand and creating some pressure in the top of the right foot to support yourself here. 10 breaths. Now we're going to take our elbow to our knee. Breathing out, exhale as you tuck in. Inhale, extend. 2. Exhale. Inhale, extend out. 3. 4. Squeeze all the air out of your lungs. 5. Breathe into your low belly. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. And take that left foot back out behind you. Slightly bend the knee and pulse for 10. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release the knees next to each other, taking the knees out to the side of the mat this time. So just kissing the edges of the mat. Pressing our hips back onto our heels. Walking our hands out forward and bringing our forehead to the mat. Breathing in and out of the nose here. All right, slowly walking your hands towards your knees, pressing yourself up. Tuck the back feet under. Come up onto your feet and walk your hands back out into down dog. So hands shoulder width distance apart or kissing the edge of the mat, pressing firmly in to the hands. You can bring a bend into the knees here. They do not need to be straight by any means. Nice long line of energy out the top of the head towards your mat and out your tailbone up towards the sky. If you feel tension in your shoulders here, try bringing them just slightly, your hands slightly further apart on the mat. And if you do want to or desire to, you can straighten the back legs. You can bend alternate sides, get a nice juicy stretch here, and really find what works for you in this down dog pose. Now I'd like you to step or lightly jump your feet to your hands. Inhale, extend all the way up, one vertebrae at a time, bringing your hands towards the sky. Exhale, push the air away. Inhale, bring your hands up towards the sky one more time. And this time as you exhale, folding forward at the hips, pulling the abdominals up and in with control. Nice forward bend here. You can take some alternating knee bends. Take hold of the elbows. Get a nice hamstring stretch here. Maybe sway back and forth a little bit. Taking the hands on the shins. Slide them up the shins as you extend your back to a nice neutral spine, breathing in. And exhale, fold forward. One more time as you breathe in, bringing the hands up the shins, extend your back, strengthen your spine. And exhale, fold forward, placing your hands on the ground this time, stepping or lightly jumping back into a plank position. In plank, I'd like you to really have the fingers spread wide, pressing firmly out the heels of your feet and pulling your stomach up and in. You can maybe even squeeze your butt cheeks a little bit if that helps. We're going to slowly lower down, tucking our elbows in next to our body as we lower all the way down into the mat. Untuck the toes. Press into your hands right underneath your shoulder blades and press your hips into the mat. Breathe in, baby cobra. Exhale. Come down. This time taking another baby cobra or tucking the toes under and pushing into upward facing dog. Coming up onto the tops of the feet. Hips should be up off the mat. And everyone meeting in down dog. Lifting the right leg high up to the sky. You can open up the hip here for a nice stretch. You can have a micro bend in that back knee if it serves you. And with control, swinging the right leg forward between the hands without touching the mat. We're going to take our back foot and bring it flat onto the mat at about a 45-degree angle forwards. And we're going to cartwheel our left arm up and back. Coming into warrior two. It's common to be leaning forward in this, so really think of strengthening this left side body and pulling yourself back so that you're nice and straight up towards the ceiling with your arms parallel to the mat. There should be a slight external rotation of the front supporting leg, trying to have a nice 90-degree angle in the front leg. Of course, if you cannot make it that far, just perfectly fine. As long as that leg is on fire, you're doing great. Nice deep breaths in and out of the nose. Really pressing into that back foot as well. And release your arms down onto either side of that front foot. Take that front foot back to meet the other one in plank. Hold plank for 10 breaths. You can take a modified plank and bring your knees down to the ground if you must. Wherever you are today is perfect. Really pressing into the hands. And pressing out the heels. Push back into down dog. Feels so good, right? Few restorative breaths in and out of the nose. And take your left leg high to the sky this time. Opening up that hip. Again, with control, we're going to swing the left leg forward, tucking it up towards our chest, and place it between the two hands. Hopefully without touching the mat, of course. If you did, no big deal. Taking that back right foot all the way down onto the mat at a 45-degree angle. Nice bend in the front leg. Now windmilling the right arm this time up towards the back of the mat until you come to a nice T with the arms. Using your right side body this time to really pull yourself up. And then check the bend in that front knee. Really pressing the mat away from you. Taking the hands down on either side of the front foot. Bring the front foot to meet the back one. In plank. Once more. 10 breaths again. Keep nice strength in the shoulders. Pressing out the back heels. Pulling the belly in and out. Looking about 2 feet in front of you and just breathing. Pushing to down dog, taking the hands a little wider if that feels good for you, and taking a few restorative breaths here. Look forward to the top of your mat. Step or lightly jump your feet to your hands. Inhale, come all the way up to Tadasana. Extend overhead. Exhale, fold at the hips with control. Forward fold. Inhale, find length. Exhale, place the hands on either side of the feet. Step or lightly jump back into plank position. And we're gonna do side plank each side this time. So take the right hand to the center of the mat. Come over onto the outside of your right foot. Stack the feet. Really pressing into your hand and your foot so you get this nice arch here. And then once you're here, you can modify with your choice, taking either the knee down or coming into tree legs, or even hand to big toe, if you have that in your practice. Woo! Just playing around with what works for you. And release back to center. One breath. Find your center line. Bringing the left hand to center this time. Rolling onto the outer side of your left foot. Really pressing out away from the mat. And then modifying as you see fit. Or just holding a regular side plank, that's fine too. No need to get fancy with it if you don't want to. Roll it back to center. Push up to down dog. Take the right foot high to the sky. Open up that hip. With control, sweep it forward between the hands. Taking warrior two once again, dropping that back foot down. Windmilling the arms up. Making sure you have that external rotation in the front leg. Get that knee as close as a 90-degree angle as you can. And once you have the position, we're going to go back and forth between extended side angle with our right hand on the inside of the right foot and the left hand extended straight up towards the ceiling. Nice line of energy. If this is too far, you can either use a block or place your elbow on your knee. Now, breathe in. We're going to go into extended side reverse warrior. Bringing our left hand to meet our left leg, right arm up high to the sky, and breathe out, extended side angle. Reverse warrior. Extended side angle. Reverse warrior. Keep that leg down. Extended side angle. Reverse warrior. 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 One more. Extended side angle. Reverse warrior. And extended side angle. Straighten that front leg. Oh, feels so good. I don't know about you guys, but my front leg was on fire there. Of course, use the block here to help find neutral hips if you would like to. Otherwise, if you want to be super badass, use the strength of your left side body to hold yourself up, creating that long spine and breathing here. And releasing the hands back to either side of that front foot, bending that front knee, bringing it back to meet the other one in plank pose, pushing up to down dog. Always checking yourself in down dog, making the adjustments you need to get the stance where it's comfortable for you. We're gonna sweep the right leg up one more time, and we're gonna do 10 knee to nose on the right side. So, exhale, sweep the knee forward towards the forehead, and inhale, bring that left or right leg back up. 1, 9 more to go. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale, release, knee to nose, inspire, release, knee to nose, inspire, lift that leg up, release, knee to nose, inhale, lift the leg up, knee to nose, and all the way back up. 2 more. Exhale, tuck the leg up, inhale. 1 more, exhale, all the way up, inhale, drop that foot back to meet the other side. And left leg goes all the way up high to the sky. Open up that hip. Pressing into the hands, making sure the shoulders are squared off. And with control, sweeping that left leg forward between the hands. Dropping that back foot down to that 45-degree angle. Bending into the front knee. Swinging the right arm up and back to a nice T here. The Yeah, I'm sweating too, guys. Woo! Once you have this position, you know the drill. We're gonna take the left hand on the inside of the left leg to an extended side angle. Make sure to either modify on your elbow here or with the block. It's really up to you. If you're using the block and we come up into extended side angle, everyone, you can keep hold of the block the whole time. Make it easier on yourself. Down, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. With your own breath now. Inhale. And last one, extended side, reverse warrior, extended side angle, straighten that front leg, and find your triangle pose here. Whether you use a block or not is up to you. Pulling your pelvic, the front of your pelvis forward. Nice engaged top arm. Really pressing into the bottom arm if you're using the block. Otherwise, really scissoring the legs up and using the strength of your side body here. Bend into that front leg, taking the hands on either side of the foot. Coming back into plank, push up, down dog. And now 10 knee to noses on the left side, swinging that left leg up once again. Inhale, exhale, knee to nose. And inhale, lift that leg high to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, 3. Exhale. And coming back to downward facing dog. A few breaths in and out of the nose here. Slowly walk your hand or your feet towards your hands, coming to the top of your mat. Breathe in all the way up, hands overhead. Exhale, push the air away. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, fold forward with control. Take a bend in the knees. Lower your tushy onto the mat. Bring your hands straight out ahead of you. Bring length into the spine. Really pull the abs in. Engage your pelvic floor. And slowly, one vertebra at a time, roll down onto your back. Beautiful. We're going to take scissor legs. So we're going to take 20 scissor legs, where you really press your tailbone and your pelvis into the mat. Take your legs straight out. Flex the feet, so bringing the toes towards the shins, really engaging the feet. I'm just gonna move back a little bit so you can see my feet here. Placing your hands beside you or keeping them up like this, depending on which level you're at. Bring the right leg up high towards the sky, slight bend in the back of the knee. And then hover the left leg up off the floor and switch. And switch at your own pace, 20. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Making sure if your shoulders are up off the mat, your neck is straight out and you're looking at the ceiling. No strain on your neck. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Hug the knees into the chest. Nice releasing breaths. Nice little rock side to side on your lower lumbar spine. Now we're going to take 20, what I like to call frog crunches. So take your hands interlaced behind your head. Do not bend your neck up and in. Take your elbows nice and wide, looking at the ceiling, pressing your shoulders up off the mat, and extend your legs out without touching the floor. And then in, your elbows come in to touch the knees, still looking at the ceiling though. And extend out. Elbows come out beside you and in. Touch the knees. 2, okay, at your own pace. 3. Inhale as you extend out, exhale as you crunch up. 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Release, hug the knees in. Happy baby. Keeping your tailbone pressed into the mat, taking the outside of the feet and pulling your knees down towards the mat without lifting up your tailbone. Nice and firmly pressed into the mat there. If this is too much for you, you can just take the palms of your feet together and hold on to your shins. Nice deep breaths in and out of the nose. And release. Keeping everything else as is, take your heels just below your pelvis. So your fingertips should just about graze the backs of your heels, hip width distance apart. If you have a block here, I would suggest putting it between your thighs. If not, just actively work at squeezing your thighs towards one another. And then slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time, pressing your pelvis up towards the sky. Once you're fully up there, you can work at walking your shoulder blades underneath your body and clasping the hands beneath your butt. And that'll give you a little bit more room to really pull your pelvis towards the sky. Really press into the feet here. And release. Don't hug the knees into the chest just yet. We're gonna go up 2 more times. Quickly catch your breath. And press into the feet. Tuck your pelvis up towards the sky and really press into your glutes here. Squeeze those glutes together. Tuck your shoulders underneath your clavicle. And bring your thighs together. Squeeze that block if you have it. And release. We're going to go up 1 more time into bridge. And if you have wheel in your practice, feel free to take wheel. 2 more breaths. And go. Up, bridge or wheel. And release. We're going to roll onto our right. Nice and slow. And come onto our bellies for locust pose. So bring your arms out to either side of your hips. Bring your feet beside one another. And work at pressing the inside of your feet together here because they're going to want to splay apart. And as we come up, we're going to breathe in. We're going to lift the feet up, lift the chest up off the mat, squeeze our pelvic floor tight, and press our hips and our stomach into the mat. Bringing our shoulders back towards one another. You can clasp the hands if you'd like. And release. I'm going to do 2 more of those. Inhale, press up. And release. Last one of the option of bow pose. If it's in your practice, you take hold of the ankles and lift up. Locust otherwise. Really pressing the hips into the floor, bringing those shoulder blades up and back towards one another. And release. Your heart's probably racing. Take some nice restorative breaths in and out of the nose. Take your hands just underneath your shoulders and press into the mat, pressing yourself up and back onto your knees. Walk your knees forward. Sit back onto your heels. Swing your feet around to the front of the mat. And with your legs directly out in front of you, feet flexed, bring your arms up overhead. Find length in the spine and fold over towards your feet. The goal is not to touch your feet, it's just to come forward, keeping length in the spine. And once you have that length, you can release, fold down. Press up, breathe in. And exhale, release. Breathe in, extend up, lengthen the spine. And exhale, release. Slowly releasing the hands with control, lying down onto our backs. We're going to take plow pose. So we're going to keep our upper body back pressed firmly to the mat. Tuck your knees up and in and bring them up overhead. If this is not accessible to you today or you're just not feeling it, take your hips on a block and bring your feet straight up towards the ceiling. And if you're in plow, you can come up to shoulder stand, bring your elbows behind your back, hands onto your low back, and bring the feet up towards the sky. Flexing the feet, keeping the feet engaged. There's a lot of pressure on your neck in this pose, so not looking to the side. We want to protect our necks. And slowly roll down, taking your hips down first and letting the legs roll out slowly. We're going to take our hips about 2 inches to the right and drop the knees down to the left. Take your hands out into a T. Bend at the elbows for cactus arms. And if you'd like an additional little stretch here, as long as your shoulder blade is not lifting off the ground, you can cross the right over the left leg. And if you need to, place a pillow or a block under the knees so that they're not just hovering off the floor. Nice deep breaths here. If your legs are crossed, unravel them. Bring the legs up to center. Take the hips 2 inches to the left this time, dropping the knees over to the right, leaving your arms the same. You can either place a block underneath the knee, or if you like an additional twist, cross the legs and then allow them to drop. Nice deep breaths in and out of the nose. Unraveling the legs if they're crossed. Bring the knees back to center. Take your feet nice and wide on either side of your mat and allow them to fold open. Just drop open, let go of all the muscles. Take your hands wide on either side like you're doing snow angels. And release all the muscles in your body. It's a complete letting go. After all of that hard work to tighten and hold on and strengthen, this is the ultimate letting go, relaxing, and ease. Shavasana, final rest pose. It's so tempting to lie here thinking about everything you need to get done and pause and hop up and go on with your day. But just allow yourself to take these few moments because you worked hard and you deserve them. And life is all about balance. You work hard and never take a break, or always take a break and never work hard. You can't find that sweet spot in between. Roll over onto your right or left side, whichever feels better for you. Slowly press yourself up to seated. Come into a cross-legged position. The light in me honors the light in you. Thank you for doing this practice with me today. Namaste. If you like this top and you wanted to get a discount on it, it's from Astoria.com, and you can use the discount code Enchantress15 to receive a 15% discount. So hope you have a great day. Bye guys.